Papa Gino started as a family-run business. From making over $100 million in sales in 2006 to filing for bankruptcy in 2018, Papa Gino Pizzeria has been through the highest ups and the lowest downs. Once upon a time, a king was born in a land far, far away. We're just kidding. Michael A. Valerio was born in Villa Latina, a small town in Italy. And he wasn't a king. However, he did grow up to become the founder of one of America's most beloved pizza chains, Papa Gino's. But the road to delighting American hearts was a bumpy one for Michael. He and his family had to move. Michael and his family left Italy for the United States in 1936 and settled in East Boston, where he learned about making pizza and inherited age-old family recipes from his parents and grandparents. The young man had a dream. He wanted to share Italy's glory with America, and so he began. But first, he married his sweetheart, Helen. Papa Gino's was the result of Michael's dream, but it didn't always have that name. In 1953, Michael and Helen opened the first pizzeria, Piso Pizza, in East Boston. The restaurant was a hit, and soon additional locations opened in the 1950s and early 1960s under the same name. The stores were mainly located in downtown Boston, focused on takeout and serving only pizza and grilled sandwiches. In 1963, Piso Pizza was incorporated as Piso Pizza Inc. and continued to thrive under Michael's leadership. However, in 1968, the small chain changed its name to Papa Gino's Inc., marking the beginning of a new era. The restaurant continued to grow and expand throughout the years, introducing new and exciting menu items and opening up more locations. The chain became a staple of the Massachusetts pizza scene, beloved by countless pizza enthusiasts across New England. And all of that was thanks to Michael's passion for pizza and his dedication to sharing his family's recipes. So if you are in New England, as you take your next bite, remember the epic tale of Papa Gino's founding. The business was strategic and didn't push for a rapid nationwide expansion like other brands. Instead, it slowly expanded in Massachusetts and began to spread to the suburbs of other states in New England. So, why the suburbs of New England? Back in the late 60s and mid-70s, retailers were leaving the cities for the new regional malls. And this is where Papa Gino's saw an opportunity for growth. As mom-and-pop pizzerias were well established in the urban areas, the suburbs with much less competition were a natural place for the pizza chain to expand. The company's first restaurant opened in East Boston in 1961. It was a neighborhood operation that offered freshly made pizza, subs, and salads. It quickly gained a loyal following, and it wasn't long before it started to spread its wings and expand its reach. As the suburbs grew in the 1970s, Papa Gino saw an opportunity to expand further. They opened units in the new malls as well as smaller shopping centers. By 1975, Papa Gino's generated $11.3 million in revenue. That's a lot of pizza. It wasn't always hot for the pizza restaurant. It had moments of icy coldness for its business. It was challenged in the late 1970s when mall development stalled due to rising interest rates. But the company had a solution: open freestanding restaurants. And boy, did it work. By the early 1980s, the company had standalone restaurants with 100 to 125 seats, offering both tables and booths. Customers placed their orders at the front counter and then picked them up when their numbers were called. While the company didn't chase expansion, it was keen on improvement, which helped it attract more customers. The brand kept adding to its menu, and in 1977, it introduced an all-you-can-eat salad bar for $1.99. 2 years later, it added a line of submarine sandwiches. In 1981, it added an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and in October 1982, things got thick. It introduced thick pan pizza, and this wasn't the last revolutionary idea it had that year. By the end of the year, some of the company's stores began offering delivery. Papa Gino's had 125 stores by 1983 and generated $65 million in sales. The greater Boston area had 50 stores, while 35 more were located elsewhere in Massachusetts. The business had 15 in New Hampshire, 13 in Connecticut, 6 in Rhode Island, 4 in New York, and single locations in Maine and Vermont. All stores were company-owned because Papa Gino's wanted to maintain quality control and didn't want to franchise. Papa Gino's planned to add about 20 stores a year in the 1980s, and by 1990, it had reached 218 with locations in New England states, New York, and even Florida. Sales continued to soar, reaching $135 million in 1989, despite facing giants like Domino's. Domino's certainly didn't make things easier. It came with promotions that gave businesses like Papa Gino's a run for their money. The one that scared Papa Gino's was the 30-minute guarantee. The company invested in a new home delivery computer system to better compete against Domino's and its 30-minute guarantee, which significantly shortened delivery times. The system also provided the company with customer information that could be used for marketing purposes. Talk about smart. Finally, the business decided against its earlier strategy of cautious growth. It decided to expand through franchising. However, things didn't turn out as it had hoped. At the start of the 1990s, the brand was ready to pursue franchising to expand further into new regions. It remained cautious. Papa Gino's wanted to make sure they found the right partners to attach to their brand. It prioritized quality due to the reputation it had with its customers. The expansion didn't save the business from what was coming. In the early 90s, sales plummeted and stores closed left and right. The owners had to make a tough decision. They decided to sell. An investment group, which the CEO of Rusty Pelican headed, bought the chain. The group had high hopes, but things turned worse, and it was the fault of the new owners. They cut costs by freezing wages, changing recipes, and outsourcing food prep. Customers didn't like this, and sales slipped. It dipped further as competitors like Pizzeria Uno and Bertucci's gained ground. More stores closed as business was terrible. But the chain wasn't down for the count. In 1993, a new CEO took over and made some bold changes. Expansion had to stop, and the focus shifted to improving existing stores' health. The chain went back to its roots, emphasizing the diversity of its menu and upgrading the quality of its food, adding new appetizers and desserts. They even introduced a line of gourmet pizzas called Primo Pizzas. These new changes worked. Papa Gino saw a resurgence in popularity. The stores got a much-needed facelift, and the future looked bright once again. In 1997, the company was finally able to get out from under its crushing debt and start growing again. It installed new computer systems, revamped their training programs, and even gave some stores a little facelift. Instead of the dark future of being bought out, Papa Gino started buying up other chains. Through Bank Boston Capital's equity investment, the chain acquired a controlling share of D'Angelo's Sandwich Shops, a submarine sandwich chain, from Pizza Hut in 1997 for $55.5 million. D'Angelo's has been around since 1967 with over 200 stores across the Northeast. Papa Gino's decided to convert some of its stores to its pizza brand and run the rest as separate chains. And just like that, Papa Gino's and D'Angelo's combined for over $200 million in sales. Papa Gino's is on a mission to create the ultimate pizza experience. It's not just keeping up with the competition, but constantly coming up with new and exciting ways to engage with their customers. Papa Gino's is leading the way, leveraging cutting-edge digital marketing tactics and technological innovations. In 2018, the brand launched a text program showing that it understood the power of data and how to use it to connect with its guests and drive sales. By segmenting their database based on usage patterns, they could engage with their customers in a more relevant way, ultimately driving frequency and increasing visits. This strategy set it up for tremendous success during the COVID-19 pandemic, where it was critical to talk to its customers. The company isn't stopping there. It's updating its website, app, and loyalty program to create a better user experience. The new website has an updated app and loyalty program with user tiers. It's not just relying on the same old strategies. The company has hired a new vice president of technology and automation to blend these areas with marketing, catering, and guest experience. Now it is hard at work to create unique experiences with pizza through social sharing and gamification. With recipes that originated from humble beginnings in a small town in Italy, Michael founded Papa Gino's, one of New England's most beloved pizza chains. The brand has been through it all and has remained dedicated to serving delicious pizza and satisfying its customers. What do you think about Papa Gino purchasing other restaurant chains? Was it a smart move, or should the company have focused on itself even more? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.